How long can you keep hustling to grow your business before you burn out, before you get frustrated, in fear, in doubt, in worry? The answer, probably not that long. Maybe you're there already. If you're like most entrepreneurs, you're hustling to make it happen. But guess what? Hustling actually works against you. Unless you want to work and hustle your life away, there's a better way. Now, if you are with me and you want the better way, well, come on in, let me show you. Okay, I want to introduce you to this workflow chart. I'm going to go through it really quickly so that you can understand why working harder actually works against you. So in the example of this chart, work is your ability to produce. It's when you're focused, you get things done. So at a 10, it is when you are on fire, you're producing awesomeness, and you get more done in 2 hours than you have in a week. A 1 is when you read the same paragraph 10 times over and you still don't know what you read. In flow is about alignment, happiness, joy. When you are at a 10, you are on fire. You are excited. Time flies by. It's when you're with someone and all of a sudden you realize half the day is gone and it feels like 5 minutes. That's flow. 1 is basically complete negative emotion. You are in despair, you are upset, you are not a happy camper. Now we know as human beings, we run on our emotions. And our flow, our state of beingness in the moment, really affects our ability to produce. But let's pretend, just for this example, that you're superhuman. And when you're at a 1, you can actually produce effectively. Okay, so here's how this works. In order to see what your output is, we need to look at your flow times your work. That is what equals your output. So let's say today you're having a really bad day and you're in a state of flow of 1. But in this example, let's remember you're superhuman, so you can box your emotions out and still work at a 10. But because your flow affects your work, 1 times 10 is an output of 10. Not a really great day. But let's say tomorrow is a better day, and then you go to 5. Now you're in a state of flow of 5. Maybe someone did something nice for you. Maybe you realize, hey, it's not that bad. Again, let's pretend you're superhuman, and when you're only feeling okay, you can still produce at a 10. So in this example, now that your state of flow is a 5, you're producing 50% output. Now, obviously, you can see where I'm going with this. The ultimate goal is to be in a state of 10, to be happy, to be joyous, to be inspired, to be excited. And when you work from that beingness, you're definitely able to work at a 10. And in fact, that's basically the only way you can work at a 10. And when you're there, then you're getting 100% output. So the idea is, how can you get into a state of 10-10 so that you can have your most productive days? Now, quickly, let me show you how working harder starts to work against you. Let's say you're working at a 10-10 and you are, decide, maybe I should work a little bit longer because everything is going so well. So you start overworking yourself. You start working at a 10. You start working at a 12. Now my question to you is, now in this example, you're not superhuman. You are a human being with emotions and feelings and who need to sleep and eat. How long can you overwork yourself before it begins to affect your state of flow? So answer that question for yourself. And I've had many different answers from people over the years. Some people a day, some people a week, some people said a month. A couple days is the max for me. Say if I'm doing an event and there's a lot leading up to the event and then you have the event, but then after that you need to relax. Okay. That's like most people. Most people could probably overwork themselves for a few days and then they need to rest. So what happens is you're working at a 12 and within a couple days, your alignment goes down to say a 7. So now your output is 84%. and you're working longer hours. This is why working harder works against you, because it ultimately affects your state of flow, your beingness, where your juju is, as some people like to call it. And so that's not the answer. So if working harder is not the answer, what is working harder? What is the answer? Well, it is about working smarter. But the first action of working smarter is to get into alignment. Because alignment and the state of flow is where all the answers you are looking for are. So that's where your inspiration is. That's where the next book you need to read is. That's where the next mentor is. That's where the next customer is. Everything is in that state of flow. So your job is to get there. Now, if you're not sure what to do, don't worry. I have you covered. This is my specialty. It's why I put together this download of 3 ways that you can get back into flow now. They're very simple, and they are going to help you raise up your state of flow so that you can have a stronger output and not work so hard. Because working harder is not the answer. And the way to your dreams is not to hustle and force it and make it happen. It should be a joyous journey that, yes, you have a good work ethic on, but that you really enjoy and love. Now, if that sounds good to you, go grab the 3 ways to get into flow now so you can start working from a higher state of flow and therefore have a stronger output.